rhythm. I got something. Okay, hey everyone, and welcome to a hungover podcast.
Oh my God, he's back.
Who even are you?
He's back from the dead.
I'm back again. They say he's back. Go tell a friend. Go tell a friend about this hungover podcast, as you can catch us on YouTube for the video, on SoundCloud or iTunes for the just audio portion, and always leave a rating, subscribe, do anything that you want so that we can get visible. It takes just a few seconds of your time and makes it great for us to be all over the place. As you can tell, I'm really ready to go, and I've been practicing this opening for days. I was on the airplane coming back from Ashgabat going, how can I nail the opening any more than I have right now? The answer is many, many, many different ways. My name's Yvonne. Over there we have our other host,
Julien. Hello.
The high energy that I've always wanted. Yes, here we go. And with us today, the beautiful host that took over for my spot.
Yeah, it's Nikki. Suckers.
And for the first time on the pod.
That's her catchphrase. Suckers.
Suckers. This is gonna be chaos. And for the first time on the pod, my paramour.
I'm Laura. Hey.
Went right out of focus, right when it swung over to you. Perfect. So, Julien.
Yeah.
What's the topic for this week?
Well, I mean, maybe you should tell the people where you've been for the past 2 months or so.
I have disappeared into the Central Asian North Korea.
Oh,
so
shit.
I was held incommunicado.
We finally got him out of the DMZ.
I did. I got out finally. It was a stressful, hard-working 2 months where I was working a minimum of about 10 to 12 hours a day, mostly 12 to 16 hours a day. So
Nice.
No time to work on the pod, on the videos, on the Overwatch. No time to game.
Yeah, that is it. I would die. I think I would be dead if I did that.
The YouTube videos I caught were ours and a few of Funhouse's, and I actually listened to our podcast for maybe the first time in months, because I wasn't on it and I wasn't annoyed with my own voice.
Well, you'll be happy to know we didn't miss a single video while you were gone. Nikki helped me out with that. Alongside, you also gave me a bunch of footage, so I nailed everything.
I appreciate that. You did a great job, and
everything.
I want to thank you publicly and genuinely for doing an amazing job. I've actually enjoyed our content.
I don't know
the first time
if it was
ever.
so amazing.
I'd like
Our
to
views are
personally
not
state
that high.
that
What?
I am not sorry for all of the shit that I talked about you, Yvonne.
That's fine.
It's only fair.
It was deserved after the third week of my absence. It was probably deserved.
That's about how long we lasted before Julien was like, I guess he's never coming back.
Yeah.
So...
Well, Yvonne, we always start our podcasts out with a little bit of banter, but also by asking each other, what do we ask each other?
What media have you
What
been
media have you
consuming?
been consuming? Books, movies, TV shows, music, etc. And what you drink last night?
Last night I had a margarita last night.
Oh,
That's
shit.
what I had. 'Cause
Margs.
I came back to the States. The first meal I had in DC
Was alcohol.
where I
Oh.
got in was at a DC Brew pub. So they had some local selects. I had a DC Brew Pilsner.
Okay.
It was not great because they clearly don't clean their lines at the airport.
That's gross.
Disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I'm hungover for you from having that.
I had a bunch of Turkish wine on the plane on the way over. A little bit
Whoa.
of gin.
Was that
That's
good?
cool.
It was great. You know why? Because I haven't had any wine since I left the U.S. basically.
Yeah.
So I've had
wow.
Turkish wine on flights. Oh, there was some French wine that I had on Turkish Airlines. But it's been mostly not great. Not great. Turkmenistan, not known for their wines or alcohol consumption.
Oh.
That's pretty interesting.
To
That
go
is pretty
from
interesting.
hungover gaming recordings massively being part of my life as we were trying to really get up to speed with my absence. Going from that to having you would think that it's impossible to make a bad vodka because all vodka tastes the same.
Yes.
You make bad vodka and you can't
That's
make
impossible. Wine. I don't believe you.
Anyway, I had margaritas last night. I've had a few beers since being in the country, and I'm excited to drink more with you, buddy.
Awesome, man. We're gonna be drinking so much. Oh my god. How about you, Nikki? Are we just gonna make the rounds,
let's
or
make the rounds.
let's just do it?
Let's
just
make
do
the
it.
What did I drink? You know what? I didn't drink last night, but my best friend's birthday was on Friday, and we had some Ruski standards. I introduced the group. Everyone was
You got
pumped.
everyone drunk, is what you're saying.
We wiped out a bottle of vodka before 8 o'clock, so that was my night. And then we had some weird fucking ciders and stuff. That was whatever.
That's nice.
So that was cool, followed by a way overpriced cake that I did not like. But I bought it for her because she asked for it, so you're welcome.
What kind of cake?
It's that fucking disgusting Milk Bar birthday cake, and
What?
the frosting
Oh.
tasted disgusting. The cake part was fine, but the frosting tasted just... It was like sweetness just was punching you in the face over and over. And I like sweet things, so for me to say this must mean that it was like...
Too sweet.
Disgusting. So... That was something, and yeah, that's what I was drinking.
Okay. What
drank
about
media?
I drank. Well, I'll tell. We're going to drinking first.
Drinking first, alright.
I drank a lot last night. I was very drunk. I drank over the course of I think 9 hours. I was just drinking at a beer garden
Solid.
in Astoria. It was bad, man. I drank so many beers. I had all German beers. I had Spaten, I don't know, and Warzensteiner something. I don't know. They were
Spaten I've had before. I don't know
Oktoberfest beers.
Oh, nice.
Because I guess this is the first, or yesterday was the first day. Maybe I don't know.
Today's the 1st
Today's-
of October.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how Oktoberfest works, so.
As
I'm
soon
just
as
making assumptions
October
here.
starts, as soon as September starts, honestly. It's pretty much just October.
Okay, exactly. So Oktoberfest starts in September. That makes sense to me.
You
Yeah,
know those Germans, they're always inexact.
and I had a bratwurst. It was nice, and some onion rings. That's some really greasy food with a lot of beer.
It sounds
I was
so
very unhealthy.
like upsetting. It sounds
Yeah.
deeply upsetting.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from all the drinking I did and the fact that I have a hangover right now, I think we've been watching a lot of Food Wars.
Oh wait, Laura,
Have
did
you-
we
Oh,
cover what
oh,
you...
sorry. Yeah. We're doing the beers first.
I
and then we'll
also
go
had
with that.
margaritas with this one, and a couple of my friends were leaving the country last weekend, so there was a lot of tequila, just lots of tequila.
Nice. The night always starts off really fun with tequila.
Yeah.
But you never know what kind of ending you're gonna have.
It's usually just more and more alcohol after
Yes.
that. But yeah, that's all. That's for me.
Well, also, I wanted to point out that I learned a fact why after a night of drinking, when you wake up in the morning, you can still taste the alcohol on your breath, right?
Yeah.
No problem. But that doesn't happen when you have a Coke or something, or just a regular drink.
Right.
That's because alcohol is volatile. It goes straight to your bloodstream, and once all the blood with alcohol passes by your lungs, you're breathing out alcohol. So that's why a breathalyzer works. And also because you still have alcohol in your blood,
Yeah.
you're going to be able to taste it in the morning.
Yeah,
so that's why you taste it in the morning.
You sweat it and taste it
Yeah.
all day.
Oh yeah, it's great stuff. Until all the alcohol is out of your blood, and then you'll stop tasting it.
Wait,
At
what?
that point.
All
So-
alcohol out of your blood?
It like
Yeah,
what? It's
so
That
there's
happens?
alcohol. The alcohol goes straight in your bloodstream.
Oh,
right?
if you stop drinking.
Well, yeah, Also,
you're drinking.
no, the liver takes the blood, the alcohol out of your blood.
Live action processing through the liver
she's
right
got
here.
it. This is it. But we finished the show called Food Wars. I don't know if you guys listen. But,
I've been listening.
It's a great
I've been
anime.
following along on the Food Wars journey that you have been taking.
Holy crap! You guys need to watch this
It's
anime.
so good.
It's really great.
Is it? I've heard like it can be really crazy, but I've heard good things.
Yeah,
It's out of
very
control.
crazy.
People, okay, here's like an overarching theme. When you eat something that's really good, you're basically end up naked. That's
Yes,
what happens.
it's so
teenagers
anime.
who just are like,
It's like a Sailor Moon, you know, when they're transforming into the sailors.
Yeah.
They just become naked.
Yeah.
Did they make a game out of this?
Food Wars?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
If they did,
Where
we are
I'm
buying
pretty
it.
Yeah, I
sure
guess I
I've
gotta
seen
get that
Funhouse play a rhythm-based cooking game where it's one chef versus another chef, and you're making food using the rhythm game, and then the better your rhythm is, the better you do against your opponent, and as you go through the courses of a meal, so appetizer, main course, dessert, based on who wins that portion, either you or your enemy loses clothing.
Is that
Okay.
That sounds like they took Food Wars and turned it into a video game. But rhythm-based things
Senran
is terrible for me.
Kagura Bon Appetit.
Yes.
I think that's the name of the game. Yeah, okay, yeah.
There are titties. That's definitely the name
Yeah,
of the game.
we can get this on Steam.
Let's do that.
All right, we'll get that
I'm
game.
sure
We're going to
there's a
have you guys
patch
come
for it,
over
too.
so we can play 4-way Switch, and we'll see
Oh,
just
yeah,
how
that'd be
terrible...
It's definitely not on the Switch.
No, but just how terrible all of us are at rhythm.
Oh, yes.
I
But,
also have a bet to pay back, so I have to come back to the city to pay back for the steak dinner.
Oh, well, definitely the steak dinner, but we'll get to that later. At some point, have you guys been watching anything together or separately? I don't know.
Yeah, we just watched Nocturnal Animals together
Oh,
last
yeah.
night. Literally last night.
What? Yeah, it's like
It's
What,
been less than 24 hours. I'm pretty sure it's just eclipsed 12 hours since we finished it.
I was so mad at the ending of that movie. I think
What
it
is-
just went from my mind.
what is that about?
Apparently, it's bad.
No, it's actually really good. It's about this like woman who ends up reading this book, and the movie is kind of like about her life, and then also like what the plot of the book and what's happening. It's very
It's levels.
It's very David. It's like a lot. It reminds me of David Lynch, like Twin Peaks-esque. It was good, but the ending was not. I was
There
not
is
happy.
no mysticism like Twin Peaks.
Yeah, but it's creepy. It was creepy and
Yeah,
weird.
it was good. It was really good.
Yeah, but the ending was terrible. The ending made you just think, why? Why did you even make this film?
This is the second movie we've seen, and Laura has had that exact same reaction.
All right, so Laura, you're gonna just have to stop watching movies at about 15-minute mark,
Yeah.
like that at the end. Like there's 15 minutes left. Just cut out.
Just be like,
Bail.
that was great. That was perfect. That was exactly what I needed, and you didn't have to ruin it with your ending.
Exactly.
What was the other movie that I reacted to that way?
It was Beatrice.
Beatrice at Dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, with John Lithgow. Right?
Yeah. Did you guys see that?
No.
No.
Still
I
haven't
did
seen
talk
it.
about it on the pod, though.
Yeah, he
Go back
suggested
and-
me see it like 10 months ago,
Yeah.
and I still haven't seen it.
What else have you? Well, you really haven't been watching anything.
I have 20 movies banked for when it's a one-on-one pod with Julien. Don't worry about that. So okay, let me a brief insight into my travels in Turkmenistan. So it's like 3 flights between Syracuse and Turkmenistan. Syracuse, JFK, Istanbul, Ashgabat.
Yeah.
And listen, that was on the way there. Then when I was in Turkmenistan, I had 2 different trips to the UK and back.
Oh, nice.
So I've seen a lot of plane movies because then it was on the way back from Ashgabat to Syracuse, and that flight backwards from Istanbul to Dulles is what I took, is like an 11.5-hour flight.
You need to get a Nintendo Switch, man. I'm telling you. That thing will save your ass if you ever have to fly for 16 hours.
That's
for any
true,
reason.
but I enjoyed my movie time because I didn't
Yeah.
get to see anything except for Dunkirk in theaters in Turkmenistan.
Okay.
But I've got a bank of movies, good ones, bad ones, ones that I had to watch in 3 different planes to finally
Oh, man.
finish. We'll get it done. In any case, you know
all right.
what our discussion about media and watching things together reminds me of?
No, don't. Okay.
Oh my
so
God.
I
He's-
watched
he's-
all of Game of Thrones because I was under the impression that Yvonne had already watched them and was going to continue to watch them without me, even though I had originally asked him not to.
No.
Wow.
Then it turns out...
No, here's what happened.
No, it's
I
not
had
what
already
happened.
watched the first 2 episodes, and she goes, "Hey, okay, that's fine, but don't watch any of the other ones." I said, I
So-
can't promise that, but I'll try.
See,
And so
which
then I
made
watched
me-
one more, and then I stopped because my conscience caught up to me.
Well,
And
I didn't know that.
meanwhile-
That was not communicated
meanwhile-
to me.
Meanwhile, after having this tacit agreement, which we all know I'm a trustworthy person, and basically you can listen to what I'm going to say through the tacit agreement. Basically-
It wasn't a very clear agreement. It was, I'm gonna try, but it's an empty promise, and I'm most likely gonna watch them without you. So I just figured, that's fine, I'll just watch them myself. And didn't
Finished
know that.
all of Game of Thrones, stopped at episode 3.
The classic case of binge watching.
I couldn't
That's
help
why
it.
we don't make these promises to
Is-
each other.
is-
It's
Yeah.
true.
Is Game of Thrones over? I haven't seen
No,
it.
so it was supposed to end this season, but
Yeah.
then they decided that it was just such a massive production, so they only did 7 episodes this season, and they're gonna do 7 more next
Oh,
year.
they Breaking Baded it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what they did. I mean, it was really, each episode was like a mini movie, so it was really epic, but it
They
is
Sopranos
disappointing.
did. I am sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Sopranos original.
I honestly, the
Sopranos
last 2
did it
seasons
first.
of The Sopranos could fall off the planet and I'd be
Seri-
fine.
yeah, that last episode, I mean,
What the
way
fuck
they
was that?
the way they ended that show, I was like, well, that
Stays.
just, you ruined it
Uh-huh.
all.
Uh-huh.
You ruined
Uh-huh.
it. Like,
What are you talking about?
it was ridiculous.
No, it's not.
Yes, that it was. I thought it was a
You
cop
don't
I agree with
understand
Laura.
the
It was so
endings
bad.
of movies or film
No,
or
no, no.
content
For
is what
example,
I'm getting.
That is not true. For example, 6 Feet Under, most brilliant ending in a television series.
Let's all go into our nice little bow ties here.
Yes, I want my denouement to be beautiful. Thank you
Exactly.
very much. I don't want it to be scraggly. Yeah, that's like ninth
Sometimes
grade
we
English
need to
word.
think things through on our own to understand how the thing ends.
No.
Like
No.
I don't know.
What, like
Oh,
Twitter
what
doubling
happens
your
when you
character limit?
die?
I don't need to
Chuck?
be spoon-fed
Oh, it turns to
information.
black. Oh, and then when the gunman is coming toward him in the restaurant and it fades to black at the end of The Sopranos. Oh, I wonder what happened.
I just thought it was a cop out. It was a lazy writing moment, in my opinion.
It is not. It is the opposite of that.
Do you know
It
that
bec-
for sure?
Yes.
No, you don't.
I know that for sure because I've
You wanna
heard
talk
so
about
many
lazy
interviews
writing?
about the fade to
Yeah.
black.
The seasons of Gilmore Girls completely annihilated
Oh my
the
God.
first 6 seasons. I can't. I'm still emotionally angry about it. I have a lot of feelings.
A lot of feelings about Gilmore
Like-
Girls.
Rory was always garbage, but like, what the fuck?
They just need to learn when to quit. I will say that's one thing I like about British series is they always end like when it's still good. And I feel like Americans, they just keep going and going, and you're like, it could have ended 3 seasons ago and it would have been beautiful.
Dexter.
The writing in British
Don't-
television series are garbage.
Do not bring up Dexter.
Oh, wait. Do you
garbage.
watch
So pissed
Dexter,
off.
Julian?
What?
Do you watch Dexter?
He introduced
Yeah,
me
I've
to
seen it
Dexter.
all.
I
love that show.
I love Michael C. Hall, but I fucking love Dexter. But that last season, I
Oh
mean,
my god. Well, the last 4 seasons are
Yeah.
pretty bad.
season 4 with John Lithgow was absolutely brilliant and horrifying.
Yeah, that
And
was
then-
good.
And
Still
then I was
not
like,
the best season. Season 2 is the best season.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
season
season
2
two
is
was
so
awesome.
good.
It was tense.
I disagree.
Dokes, man.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Surprise, motherfucker.
I love that show.
Why does he say that?
It is absolutely the best. So okay, this episode
This
is
is now
about
the
content.
TV shows.
That ruined themselves.
Yeah, really.
Okay, this is the old Seinfeld proposition, right? You go away leaving more. And then the opposite thing is when when TV studios push for more seasons when there shouldn't be.
Yeah.
For instance, Scrubs season 9.
Man.
And or Grey's Anatomy, every season past season 4, so the past 13 and a half seasons.
Yeah, but Grey's
Yeah.
Anatomy isn't like a TV series. Grey's Anatomy is a really high budget soap opera.
Yeah, but it started off as something different, and I think when you
It
like,
was garbage and trash, and then transitioned into even more into itself garbage and trash.
Why do you
It really
think
did
that?
lean into the soap
burning
opera.
pile of
you
trash.
know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it started off as trying to be like an actual show, and then it was just like, fuck it, we're making so much money. Like,
What is an actual show? How is a soap opera not an actual show? It is an actual show. It's just always delving into those delicious bits of gossip and bullshit that
Well, I think
everybody
soap
wants.
operas get a lot of shit because
Yeah.
they'll like kill someone off and then bring back a different actor to play that same person,
Right.
and like they'll do it like the same people have been on the show for like 60 years, but they've had so many reiterations and recastings that
Yep.
like that's why people give soap operas a bad name.
But isn't that also Law and Order? Like, didn't every single actor in the history of acting do at least two
Yeah.
stints in Law and Order playing
Well,
different
yeah.
victims?
That's
But like
so
they
weird.
didn't like. But they didn't, kill off one character and bring them back.
They
as a
sent
different-
him
It's
to
not
jail,
like
and
they
then
killed off
somebody- the
Ice-T and
same
brought in
actor
Ice
plays
Cube.
somebody
You
else.
know, like
Law and Order is different because the writing on the show is just better. Like they haven't possibly gone.
I'll
down
always
every
watch a
weird,
Law and Order
strange-
episode.
Yeah,
definitely.
like they're interesting and
Yeah.
they're actually like well produced.
And
Where-
like walking around New York, I always feel like, oh yeah, that's where they did that one episode of like SVU
Yes.
where the runner found the
SVU was
body
really
on the
good.
stuff.
I liked
And I
SVU.
feel like connected to I saw them filming an episode of SVU. I was a foot away from Mariska Hargitay, and oh boy, did I have a moment. I was like, I've lived here too long for this to be the first time I've seen an SVU filming, and like it
Is
was
that
a
show still
religious
going?
experience.
No,
Yeah.
they ended it.
I think they're bringing it back though.
I think so.
Or they're bringing
God.
back a character. I don't know. Somebody's coming back.
Somebody died, and then they're bringing him back.
He's not dead, damn it, Yvonne.
There's
Yeah.
a difference. There's a difference. You just have to accept it. Because that's
Why do I have to accept it? You all accept it. I have the better opinion.
Whoa, Mr.
Okay.
Moral Superiority over here.
Listen, all I'm saying is that the ending of Nocturnal Animals, the ending of The Sopranos, and no, not the ending of Beatrice at Dinner, were fine.
No, the ending of Nocturnal Animals was obvious, and it just didn't add anything to the story. It didn't leave me wanting more. It left me being like, why the hell did I just watch that for 2 hours if this is what you were going to do to it?
Why does every ending have to leave you wanting more? It could just be a question inside a
But it-
riddle.
but it
For
wasn't
instance,
that
the
either.
ending of Inception.
But that's different. Like, I don't mind if it's a succinct ending where it's like kind of a question and it leaves you thinking about something. But this didn't leave me thinking about anything.
It leaves you thinking about how the ties between the real world story and the book story match each other.
I mean, yeah, but that was obvious throughout the entire film. It's not like it was a question that needed to be answered at the end. Until there was, like, something was supposed to happen, and then nothing happened.
Well, Tom Ford thinks people are dumber than people are.
Well, clearly. Clearly.
Also, Tom Ford, if you're listening, Mr. So-called Tom Ford,
Tweet it at him.
there's no need to have the overarching real world story just to show off fashion. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
But it was
Neg
based on
tweet
a-
him.
but it was
Drag
based
him,
on a
Yvonne.
book.
Drag him.
It was based on a book, and that's what happened in the book.
Yeah,
There was two
no,
stories.
because there are different stories in the book because there's just different people in different worlds in the book versus
No,
in the
it was
thing.
no. The book is the same. It like goes through her reading the book.
I agree, but they're different worlds with different fashion around them. They're not like hoity-toity art gallery and New York City lifestyle thing.
Oh, you just didn't like the fact that it was like that. You just have a thing against upper class
right
fashion
Nikki
and
will be right
white
back.
ladies.
No,
Yes.
no, no.
Yeah, that
It
is.
Oh
is
my
not
God.
a gendered hating of white ladies.
It's more of a class thing.
It is absolutely a class thing. Julien,
Yes.
where do you land on the end of Breaking Bad?
Oh, I love that show.
I can't see it ending any other way,
Yeah.
I think. I don't think Walter White was going to make it out. Spoiler alert.
If
Whoops.
anyone hasn't seen the end of Breaking
Hey,
Bad.
yeah, it's your fault if you haven't seen it by now. Yeah, I don't think he could have made it out. And I like that they gave a conclusion to Jesse's story also.
I mean,
those are the two people I care
out of
about.
all the only thing that I probably couldn't have like accepted was if they did anything really negative to Jesse's ending, just because he was the only one that put up with so much shit throughout that entire show. He just took everything. I was like, thank God they let him at least have something.
Yeah, he needs something.
Yeah.
He brought it on himself.
No,
He brought it on himself. He brought Walter White into that world.
Yeah, but he didn't have any control over, how Walter White ended up becoming the person that he was, and taking a lot of that out on him.
Fair. Until you think about the times in the early stages when he could have exited and never started again, but he wanted to come back for the making of the money.
Well,
it's in
the
the
whole
early
point of
seasons that he could have gone away.
Yeah, but then we'd have no show, so...
So Vince
So I have
Gilligan,
an
this is on
interesting-
your lap.
I have an interesting timeline for Breaking Bad because I watched the entirety of it in the 10 days leading up to the series finale.
Me too!
So, yeah, so, like, I really didn't, like, the character progression didn't weigh the same. Like, the show didn't, like, Walter's transitioning didn't really feel as heavy as the people who had been watching it,
for years,
week by week for years. So for me, I was just like, oh, this is a dickbag dude who's, like, even more of a dickbag dude.
I mean, I feel like in those scenarios where you've just driven a character so far down the rabbit hole to even try to, like, redeem them, it would just take a whole nother, like, 10 seasons and complete other stories.
And that would ruin the show.
Exactly.
And that would ruin the show. But I think Breaking Bad ended where it needed to end. I felt satisfied with it. I wasn't angry about it. It seemed like, it felt like a natural ending to it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Do you guys watch Better Call Saul?
No,
I haven't
seen it either. I saw like one episode, but it was so different. It was hard to get into. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. But the thing about Better Call Saul is that it has the ability to jump time to go from before Walter White to after Walter White, and they've hinted at that being a possibility in the process. And having not seen many episodes, or any episodes besides one, I think, there's not really a lot of authority that I can stand on, but they've left that as a possibility, and I think that's another one of those things where you're taking a good show and doing the Grey's Anatomy or Scrubs part of it, where just because it's so popular, you're wanting to feel and delve into that world more, and it's okay, but there are other stories that we can create, and just because we want to see more of the world doesn't mean that we have to continue that content.
It doesn't mean necessarily, like, from a creative standpoint, I feel like it doesn't mean necessarily that we should. It's like sometimes a project is its own project, and then that thing is over, and you have to let it be over. And usually it leaves a much better impression if you don't do anything with it and just let it be what it was, instead of trying to, like, rehash its themes or its story or whatever.
6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm going to say unsatisfying endings to shows, though. Firefly.
Oh.
Firefly. Yeah.
And
then Serenity just killed my heart. What's that?
So, what was unsatisfying about the ending of Firefly?
It just I needed more of it.
Yeah.
It was cut short. It ended in its prime, and then the movie just butchered my heart into 1,000 pieces. So
I needed like 3 more seasons at least.
Well, should have bought the DVD.
Should have bought the
It's
DVD.
on Netflix.
Now, but originally when it went off the air, if
Well, I
we
didn't
had
watch
bought
it
the
originally.
DVD,
Yeah, I didn't watch it originally either. That was like
I
way
just
back.
watched it 'cause my
nobody
old
did. That's
roommate-
why it went off the air.
I didn't know it's not my fault, okay? Look, when I was in middle school, high school, I didn't understand that, like, quality things were happening around me. I
Yeah.
was just too enveloped in my emo phase to really, like, experience the world.
Yes. I remember, like, when I first discovered some shows, and then I found out they came out, like, 10 years prior, I'm like, why did no one inform me that this was happening? Like, why didn't someone think to tell me?
I watched Buffy, Charmed, and Angel every morning getting ready for school, and I didn't
same.
realize that, like, at one point in time, they were, like,
Yes, oh my god.
available for consumption.
I remember first discovering Buffy. I was really sick from school, and then I found out that it was on, like, every single morning, so I would eat my cereal watching Buffy, and then I found out it came out years before, and I was like, why wasn't everyone talking about this?
Yeah.
This is
Why didn't no one
absolutely
tell me?
amazing. Right. Like,
Because kids consume garbage.
well,
Kids have no idea what good things are, so naturally when we're kids and things are happening in the world, we consume garbage. And then think it's great, like SpongeBob, which is garbage.
Okay, but SpongeBob
SpongeBob
was one
is
of those
great.
things that should have ended around season 5.
I don't even know.
Is it still
I
on?
can't.
Yes.
Yes. Of course it is.
Oh my god.
They are milking that cash cow for all it's worth.
That's
Yeah.
so sad and disturbing.
Uh-huh.
And in any case, we're watching garbage like SpongeBob and not observing things like Firefly and Buffy.
Why are you pointedly looking at me? I never watched SpongeBob. I was like 15 when that came out. I watched things like
That is.
what's it called? That
look
show.
of a sassy man.
What's the brother? No, Boy Meets World. Boy Meets
Yeah.
World. And
Which is
I was
garbage
watching
too, but it's nostalgic garbage.
90s garbage.
you're not from this country. It's okay.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong. It's great for the time, but like going back and looking through every single storyline.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna
Every
watch it
single
now.
through line is like the most obvious thing possible. But we consumed it and we watched it and we enjoyed it. I mean, I'm a big fan of Boy Meets World, but I'll
Really?
leave that nostalgia.
Can
in
we
the
rewind the tape? Because I feel like that's
Yeah, I
not
feel like you were
what
not a
just
big
said.
fan. Like 2
No,
minutes ago.
I watched it so often. What was it? It was. Did it come out
Live.
on
TGIF.
Fridays?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
TGIF.
Yeah, I watched it religiously. That doesn't mean that it's a good show. Just like I loved Full House. Full House is objectively a bad show, but
Oh,
I
it's
watched
awful.
every episode.
It's so awful. That remake, I don't know why that happened. That is like a car wreck.
I haven't watched an episode other than when I casually glance at what my sisters watch.
Yes, yeah.
Nostalgia
Well.
polls because our entire generation is depressed for a time when things were simpler. That's really all it is. They're just like,
Oh, you know what I do miss are those Disney Channel original movies.
oh yes,
Oh,
the look
like,
of the Irish.
Oh my god.
13th
Smart-
year.
Was
Every
it
single
Smart
one.
House?
Smart
Smart
House?
House.
I remember
that
that
was
one.
so good.
That was crazy.
Did anybody? There was this TV show where it was like the Teenage Wolf.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It
Wolf.
was on ABC Family, right? That it was like
Who was it?
My Life as the Teenage Wolf or something like that. In any case, the actor who played the Teenage Wolfman in that show is exactly a copy of Armie Hammer, and I'm upset that this kid who had a breakthrough role when he was a teenager or early adult did not get the Armie Hammer roles. Because Armie Hammer doesn't deserve them.
why do you have a thing against Armie Hammer?
Because he played a Russian poorly.
Oh, well.
It's all
I
about
mean,
the
so
Russians.
have a lot of people. Yvonne. A lot of
Many.
people have played Russians poorly. Alan Rickman being an exception. Was he German or Russian? German? Russian?
I don't know.
Die Hard?
Yes, he was.
I think
Die
it was.
Hard
I think it
as
was.
fuck.
I think it was German.
He was,
I
he
feel like
was,
Germans,
he was
Russians,
Die
German.
Hard.
they get lumped in the same thing. He was dying hard. That's true.
Oh, too soon.
It is too soon. It's always too soon. Alan Rickman, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Is it Big Wolf on Campus?
Yes, Big Wolf on Campus.
Big Wolf on Campus.
Yes. I remember
What
this show.
what school was it? It was just a high school.
Yeah, it was just like a generic high school, but it was this kid who was a werewolf.
I
and
see.
He was.
I didn't watch a lot of that, but I remember it being on.
Yeah.
This kid is Armie Hammer 1.0.
No, he's not.
Yes,
Look
he
at
is. That's, no, not him. Him.
Danny Smith. If you're watching,
No, it's Brandon Quinn. Look at that. That's Armie Hammer 1.0.
1 point.
mild look-alike.
This has bothered Yvonne for a really long time.
It has been. Ever since the Lone Ranger.
You just hate Armie Hammer with a passion.
I wouldn't call it hate. I would call it, let's give actors good roles who deserve good roles. Also, okay, so talking about the ending of shows and how things are supposed to end.
Let's spoil every show ever.
No spoiler alerts. Cold hard spoilers coming at you.
Well, you know what? If we do this, we're going to be the one brave podcast that talks about the ending of
Finally
shows.
spoiled the shows.
Well,
All the
God,
spoilers
finally.
you wanted to hear, but no one would say.
You know, there's someone out there being like, yes, I just don't want to watch the show, but I want to know what happens.
Right? And I don't want to read the wiki page because it's too long.
Someone just please tell me.
This is exactly how I feel about Lost.
I
Right?
never saw that show.
Oh my god, poor Ning.
Oh, Ning Chen. Oop.
Oh.
Yep. Oh well.
Sorry.
Probably should've.
We're not gonna watch it.
He doesn't care. he's well now he all right. He's a he's in my PhD program, and he's from China, and he's currently watching through all of Lost.
Don't have the heart to tell him
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah, we didn't want to spoil it for him.
Tell him
At
not
the
to
end.
watch the ending. I've heard it's terrible.
Oh, he's going to. He probably already finished it.
And it's and it's terrible because people have to think through it. And this is what I'm saying. Thinking through
No, I don't
an
think
ending
it's a think
is
thing.
not
I
the
think they
worst.
just like kind of what was that 80s show where they turned it all like Dallas? Was it Dallas?
Yes.
Where everything was actually a dream?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's more of what Lost
Okay, that's
did.
a
They just, like,
cop-out.
ripped-
Yeah, that's an
ripped everything
that's
away
a
from you.
definite cop out. That's just
Yeah.
like, oh, we're so tired of writing this shit. It's just all a dream. Ah!
They were really in the Matrix the whole time.
Yeah,
Oh god.
it goes into the Matrix
Don't
forward.
bring up the Matrix. Well, guys.
Well,
Was that the topic?
is that?
Was that the topic, or?
Your face is hilarious.
I don't know. I started
Yvonne's a
I
beaten
started on
man,
thinking
you know?
about
He's
one
just
thing.
he's thinking about what is it, Army Hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still thinking. He's still lingering on it.
Army Hammer is the Arm and Hammer legacy child, by the way. That's why his name is Army Hammer.
Yeah.
Well,
Heads
are
up.
you?
He's got that
I guess are
baking
you guys
soda
looking
money.
forward to any shows or video games or movies coming out?
Bob's Burgers comes back today. I'm very
does it?
excited. Yes.
She really likes Bob's Burgers.
I love
Oh,
Bob's
yeah.
Burgers.
Quality content. Quality
Yes.
content.
Good show.
I'm nervous about Archer as it goes forward.
Why?
I just love that show so much. And
I just don't want anything bad to happen to it ever.
I just hope that it doesn't drag on in the similar style, like
Oh, you hope that it ends on time and that it's a good ending. I understand.
Yeah, and it doesn't end up being just a dream.
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I've never been on the side of that a show should keep going.
I don't know.
I mean, Grey's Anatomy is the one exception because it was always garbage. Anyway, I'm scared for Archer because as it continues, it gets more and more strange every season because they have to switch over what they're doing every season because they've gotten rid of the whole spy narrative, which is fine, but is also how much longer can you do that? Also, when are we gonna get Louis back? Is my
Oh,
question.
Man, I love
yeah,
that show.
really. I wonder if
You have to ask
ever.
Louis C.K. No, he was into his new show that was on HBO.
Oh,
Or no. Oh no, it wasn't on HBO. You could just buy it.
Horace
Sorry.
and Pete.
Horace and Pete, yeah.
That's all I remember.
I never watched
Yeah.
that, but I heard it was very, like,
Dark.
dark.
Yeah.
It's like Dark Cheers.
Yeah.
A
Dark
show.
Cheers.
So
Cheers.
just like
That's
an
another
AA
show that went on
meeting, like,
For too long.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
but inspired a really wonderful spin-off in Frasier.
Yes, but think about I think there's like a cracked episode about how Cheers and Frasier are actually really dark shows when you think about it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, because in like 12 years, Frasier sees his son like once, and like
I think like twice. I think he was there like twice at Christmas. He goes through like 18 girlfriends.
yeah, and then like Norm has like a horrible home life. He's clearly depressed and like has multiple different bars where he has the same relationship that he does at Cheers.
Yes.
And it's just like, that's really sad.
Oh, man.
Yvonne can't take it. He's just...
Yvonne has left. He left us again.
Yep.
We had him back for a while. It
Well,
was a
Laura's
good
just gonna
podcast.
fill in.
And now Laura's going.
Yep, it's just me.
Are you looking forward to any shows coming out or movies?
I mean, I'm always excited for so many things, but I'm really looking forward to the whenever the new season of Yuri on Ice comes out because it was
Yuri
amazing
on
and
Ice.
fantastic, and I want to
We're
watch
really
it.
into anime in this house.
Okay, I was
Sorry.
gonna say I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
anime. It's really like super, super gay, homoerotic figure skating, and I love every second of it. It's fucking amazing. And then
called Yuri on
obviously the
Ice?
next Food Wars when
Food
that comes
Wars
out.
Season 3.
Season 3, the third plate, I believe it is.
Third place.
And then I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so I'm excited to
Is
see
that good?
what happens. Yeah, I like it. It's fun.
Word.
I like Andy Samberg.
She binge watched all of it, so
Yeah.
can take. It's probably pretty good.
I mean, it's like a lighthearted like comedy, and I don't know. It seems pretty. It's just amusing to watch. It's nothing like thought provoking.
Yeah,
I thought it jumped the shark a little bit.
I never watched it.
I thought the first season, second season were pretty good, and then it.
Deteriorated.
Yeah. See, here's the difference between like a Breaking Bad and a Brooklyn Nine-Nine or a Grey's Anatomy. 23 episodes versus like 12, 13 episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah, but 20
20-minute episodes.
Right, basically, versus like 12, 14, 50-minute episodes. It's essentially the same
Well-
amount of writing, but it's a different kind of writing,
Well,
too.
but yeah, it's different because they have to write a story for each 20-minute episode, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
unless they have the to be continued, I guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah, you can drag out things so you don't lose as much on the cutting floor in a given episode, but then you have to come up with a different story, plot line, and barriers to the Sam and Diane of every show.
I guess I just don't hold comedies to like a content standard the way I would like a drama. Like a Breaking Bad like had a very like clear moral story arc for the main
Right.
characters, whereas like Brooklyn Nine-Nine is just like a bunch of doofy people being doofy people, and like that to me doesn't need to have the same like weight to it. But I don't know, I'm also super judgy with comedies in general. Like, it needs to be kind of doofy for me to want to watch it. I get kind of annoyed when there's too much, like... I don't want to beat over the head all the time, you
Right,
know?
yeah. I like it when a comedy can, you know, obviously, like, the point is the, like, style of the humor, but at the same time, that's why I like Bob's Burgers, because in a way I feel like I really connect with all those characters, but it's not like they're making these, like, really, you know, obvious story arcs or anything. It's just in how they write all their humor. It's so good.
Exactly, and everybody wants to be a Louise, but we're all Tinas. Like, we all are Tina.
I personally think myself more of a Jean, but...
Yeah, I feel like my inner thought processes are like a weird Louise Jean hybrid, but outwardly I'm Tina. Just Tina-ing it up all the time.
I'm pretty sure I'm Linda.
No. You're Bob. You are.
That's fun.
Or you might very much be Tina, actually.
I prefer Linda to Tina.
This is fine. Are you trying to tell us you've got a very specific armpit rash? Is that what you're trying
Yeah, actually in Turkmenistan. It wasn't, it was just like, you know, the heat and the rubbing of the shirts, it was a lot to deal with.
how hot was it there?
In the high
The
90s,
average
right?
the average heat for when I was there was like high 90s, hundreds.
Oh
to?
man,
Oof.
Yeah.
Easily reached 42 on like 20 days.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
But is it dry there though?
It
You're
is
right
super
by
dry.
the.
There is
Ocean,
no...
are
He
you?
showed me this picture of, like, a little town, and I think that they had just planted, like, green trees, and all the tops of the houses were green to make it
Oh.
give the illusion of any type of plant life. But just all around that is just desolate desert. Just
Desert.
gray.
What is this face?
Yeah,
What are you
that's
doing?
true. That is what you showed me.
That's your interpretation of what I showed you.
Okay, well...
I feel like desert should take note of that. Like, just throw some more green on your houses, you know? It'll
Yeah.
brighten things up.
It did. It was really weird. It was like, oh, this is like a nice little like town area, but you know, then when you really look at it, it's pretty bleak.
See,
It's true. Did you tell them about the pit of into hell, the gates of hell?
No, we're flowing. This is free flowing topics. So today's
free flowing topics.
I don't know. Do we want to get into my Turkmenistan trip now? Or
we can save it.
We've
We've already gone for 45 minutes. We can save it for another podcast.
Yeah, let's say that for another pod.
Yeah. I feel like we've talked a bunch about TV shows and
got a lot of feelings.
I don't know if you guys want to keep going on it or we can talk about something else or we can end the podcast. It's up to you guys. Everyone here.
Let's play a little game.
There's a game to play.
Okay.
We could take a pause right here to set up the game. Like that. Anyway, here's what and how we're going to play. This is we're going to take some time to play everyone's favorite game for two couples to play. It's the newlywed game, but it's this newlywed style game. Obviously, neither of us newlywed. Ha ha.
Or wed at all.
No, yeah, there's no wedding happening over here.
Okay, so as we can see, we'll move forward. So the idea is we'll ask a question to one of the partners, and the other partner writes down what. Okay, so I'll ask a question to Julien. Julien will write down his answer, and then Nikki would write down what Julian's answer is, and we'll see how well
they match. Got it. Okay.
Okay.
So let's pick 2 questions for each person to ask. So one question to each of the partners. So I'd ask Julien a question, then I'd ask Nikki a question, and then Laura, Julien, Nikki. We've all got it. Everyone's got the plan for the game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I want to ask Nikki a question.
All right.
What is one item of clothing that you wear that Julien can't stand?
I don't know. That's a good question.
So,
yeah, not sure.
I've got an idea.
Do you have one for me?
No, I have no idea. I just read that one. I thought it was pretty good.
Wait, so I'm answering the
what
actual
you actually
answer.
don't like, yeah.
And she's trying to guess what it is.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
I'm locked in.
Now, Julien, you have to remember anything you say can and will be held against you.
I know, that's the problem. Well,
just pick
This is
something. There's something you've told
okay.
me that you really dislike, not necessarily on me, but you just dislike it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even remember this, but I'll go with that. I don't even know what to call it.
This is fun. This is fun for me on this side. I'm not answering this question.
I don't even know what you would answer for that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you clearly do. All right.
Let's reveal those answers.
Oh man.
Survey says.
So, Nikki, what did you say?
Really high-waisted shorts or pants.
Oh, I like those. I don't care.
I remember like a few years ago, Julien was just like, I hate this trend so much. Everyone looks ridiculous in
That's
it.
very funny. But you look fine. I don't care what you wear, and I don't have an answer, so I just wrote that orange t-shirt that's too big. I don't know. I don't know. Don't you have one of those?
You mean the one I sleep in sometimes?
Maybe. Sure. I don't know.
Nailed
that
it.
one.
Perfect. That is exactly what I was hoping for.
Okay.
That I got from work, and the smallest size they had was a double XL.
Yeah. So
Nice.
clearly it's way too big. Okay, do you want to ask the question? You ask them a question.
Alright.
Again, you can use those as an example or come up with your own stuff. You can scroll through it to figure out your question.
I'm looking. Okay. I got one.
See.
This is for Laura.
Okay.
What is the most embarrassing thing Yvonne has said or done around you?
Oh, God.
Oh my god, okay.
There are too many to count.
Oh god, I'm trying to think. What have you done? I can't.
Yvonne looks like he's having war flashbacks right now.
I'm just trying to think of like something really embarrassing that you've done.
Oh, I know what mine is.
I can't think of one. What are you writing? I don't have any ideas.
And we need a answer.
Okay.
Show me potato salad.
Hold on.
We're both very long-winded. Also,
Yeah.
if you look at
Clearly,
the font
she's writing a
size,
novel over here.
my
'cause
font
Yvonne has
size
said some
switches
dumb
really,
shit.
really hard.
Okay. All right. So.
Okay, show me the question.
So I said, that one time where you drunkenly said the gay man who hit on you should come to our wedding.
That was pretty good. I did not say that. I said anytime I make a joke for myself in a group setting that doesn't land and I keep talking.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
That happens quite a lot.
I think it just happens so frequently that I just didn't think of it.
That's pretty embarrassing there. Okay. Laura.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think if I should ask a question that could lead to an argument or stay away from those.
Oh, God.
Let's see. Okay, if your spouse had a superpower, what would it be?
We could
And/or if
move that from spouse to partner.
If your partner had a superpower, what would it be?
Who are you asking?
Julian.
What would your superpower be?
What would Julien want his superpower to be?
Wait, are we answering for me?
Well, yeah, you're
No.
writing what you would want your superpower
Oh,
to be.
okay. That's fine, I guess.
Solid.
Not sure. Okay, I mean, we can go with that, yes. I'm pretty boring when it comes to superpowers. I'll go with that.
Alright.
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 What'd you say?
Flying.
Ha! Flight!
Damn it!
Nice!
God damn it! No! You know how boring I am. No! It's my...
I'm gonna ask that.
Okay.
Alright.
I just thought
Alright.
about your favorite superhero and I realized it was Batman, and I'm like, Batman really can't do anything, but if he could fly, he'd probably be cooler.
It's true. I would just want to be Batman. Just be really rich. That's my superpower.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. Here we go. Who is the best cook out of you two?
Asking Yvonne, I guess.
Asking Yvonne. Who does Yvonne think is the best cook? I guess. No, I'm asking both of you that.
Well, it's asking me
Right?
who I think is the best cook of the two of us.
Yes.
I haven't really cooked a lot for Yvonne as of right now, but
Yes.
I know he's good. I know what the answer to this is gonna be.
But I feel like someone's better, right? Someone's got to be better. Yvonne.
But this
Yep.
is
All right,
only from experience, and
The
I
audio portion of the podcast. My answer was me, and Laura's answer was also Yvonne, and there's no need to continue talking.
I've only ever cooked for Yvonne once, and he said it was magical. So that's just saying. I made rack of lamb and a pie. So
Nice. That
yeah.
sounds
Have
good.
you ever made me a pie? No.
Still me.
No.
All right, from the top, round 2, final questions. This is Yvonne to Julien. Julien, what video game character would you sleep with?
Whoa. What a question. That is a good question.
There you go. Here we go. This is a question of really partners knowing each other and trusting each other to make the right decision. Let's see what they do. Let's check on that field of play.
In your
So many
screensavers.
tits. So many tits. Oh, wait, I just... okay,
I'm
good.
scrolling
Got
through
'em.
my mind
Easy.
of boobs.
GG easy.
So, when I was in Turkmenistan, there was this one guy who would just literally sit down in the corner in the office and just scroll through hundreds of pictures of like, porn or naked women
Oh my god.
in
Oh,
the
man.
office.
That's so disturbing.
All right, I've got an answer.
Nikki looks mildly to moderately unsure.
All right.
All right.
When we're ready. Julien, what video game character would you sleep with?
The answer is undoubtedly Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, in parentheses, waifu. That's her name.
I just put Diva because I feel like you
Diva,
have...
also an excellent choice. Holy crap. That was close. That was definitely a close second. Anyone from Overwatch.
I was trying to
including
think. I was trying to think of who. but
Diva was very
I feel
good
like
choice.
you've got that one like
I was gonna go
desktop
for
of
a
Diva.
Tekken. I was gonna go for a Tekken character also, but
Okay,
that,
alright, that's fair.
Tifa is obviously it.
Yeah.
Not Laura Croft.
What?
Laura Croft.
All right. Well, your
Solid
mic
choice.
has decided to stop working.
Yep.
Oh no. Completely? You can't hear me.
No, now
Oh,
we
there
can
you
hear.
go.
You.
Okay.
Anyways, you asked them. One more
I gotta
question.
ask Yvonne a question
Gotta
now,
be
careful.
right? Scroll. Stop.
The interim
Alright.
time of deciding.
Here's
how
a
to
fun
play
one,
this game.
Yvonne.
Yeah.
If your apartment caught on fire, what's the one thing you would take with you?
Good question.
So, wait, I have to guess for you?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's not dignity because I left that somewhere a long time ago.
You lost that in Turkmenistan.
I lost that long before Turkmenistan. I lost that around the time that I drank so hard once when I had a broken foot that I slumped down and spilled on myself.
Oh
Woo.
my god.
Yeah, that's a loser right there. That's a dignity gone.
See?
What is the one thing you would take with you?
You're not getting this answer correct.
I don't know. Oh, man. Okay, Okay.
The one thing I would take out of my apartment, my violin.
Oh!
You said I wouldn't
I'm
get
trying to make my voice pattern in the shape of a dick in Audacity.
Really?
I failed that
This.
time.
It's this.
But his violin,
Dick
Yvonne
voice
really
pattern.
likes. Is very difficult.
Well, it's actually, it's worth like 10 grand. So if the house burned down, you could sell it, get a new house.
Well, there you go.
Let's cut that from the podcast, please.
No one knows where you live.
I'm not cutting
It's
that.
fine.
It's all a lie.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Who has to still ask?
Laura still has to ask
Nikki.
and Julien still has to ask Laura.
All right.
Okay, Nikki, what is what is your partner's most irritating habit in the bedroom?
Oh, this is
man.
easy. This is really easy.
Oh, God, this is a funny one. This is something that you shouldn't ask. Clearly, I'm very weird. And now you guys are going to know how weird I really am. Great.
I like how this is so simple. It's like, oh.
I mean, I know what she's going to say.
It's clearly a lengthy process.
Yeah, you guys are going to regret it. I'm very weird. Okay, I mean,
right.
it's already written. We all know what it
Well,
is.
all right. So Julian's most irritating habit in the bedroom is when he combat crawls on me while singing the Metal Gear Solid theme song.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely worse. Yes, you know.
Tactical crawling.
Metal Gear Solid style. You know what it is. It's great.
Literally dives on me and goes.
It's a great song. I love that game.
Oh my God.
And then also, I immediately after that explained to you the whole entire overarching story of Metal Gear Solid, because that's a game I love.
Solid.
So that's his most irritating habit.
Yeah.
It's really hilarious.
That's really weird. And I'm glad the internet knows about it now. Yeah, that's the thing.
You're probably not
okay.
alone, Julien.
Let's see. Let's round it out with
The most embarrassing question yet.
It could be embarrassing, or it could be something romantic.
Oh, shit.
How would you describe the perfect weekend together?
Laura.
Oh, Laura.
Okay,
Yes.
so then you have to guess what I'm going to say, right?
Yes.
Okay. You have no idea, do you? I like too
And
many
He's been
things.
trying for years. He has no idea.
I mean, I know what I like, so I'm just going to write it down.
Oh,
Oh.
so cute. You have no excuse not to get Metal Gear Solid 5 now, Yvonne. It's free
That's also
Yeah,
on
true.
Tuesday.
You get to tactical crawl on your girlfriend.
Yeah, you're gonna love that game.
I'm sorry in advance, Laura.
Thank you.
It's such a good game.
You're not gonna get this, I don't think. Okay.
Okay. I'm ready.
You can bet your next date will be this.
What did you
You're
say?
welcome.
No, what
Your
did
next
you say?
weekend,
So
find out.
I said, having lots of sex and hiking in the woods, possibly also swimming.
Nice.
What did you say?
I said quality physical time, aka
having lots of sex.
Sex.
nature walks,
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
and having a home-cooked nice meal.
He
Okay.
just didn't get the swimming. He was pretty close.
All right. Well, you said possibly also swimming, so you know that didn't necessarily
Also,
need to
there's
be.
no way to have the first bit of that without the nutritional-based filling for the energy supplied by the home
Food
meal.
is really important.
It's true. Food is pretty solid. Speaking of food,
Yes.
got those tamales.
We do have tamales waiting for us. Well, that was a very fun game to play, Yvonne. Thank you for suggesting it. If you guys in the comments section below have any questions for us, be sure to email them at gaminghungover@gmail.com. If you have a novel to type us, go ahead, and we're always checking that. And then you can also tweet at us. Twitter's now increasing the character size 2 times So now it's 280 characters.
Oh no.
That's
That's gonna be bad. People are gonna be.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
actually all gonna die.
It's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
really,
really bad.
Just think
so,
of what Trump's
yeah,
gonna
of
do
course,
with
I
those.
think there is a certain superpower that wants that character limit increased more and more. Yeah, so we always end our podcast in a song in a segment called Hungover Radio. Now, this is when you, the viewer or listener, can send in your music, whether you wrote, produced, put an instrument on, or maybe your friend did, and send it to us. But of course, no one does that because no one listens to this podcast. So I get to choose the music, unless you guys have a song off the top of your head that won't get us a copyright strike.
I have one for the one we do with Turkmenistan.
Okay. And, alright, well, I chose a song because Nikki and I just put up a Let's Play of Hatafo Boyfriend.
That's true.
Hataful Boyfriend.
Who is my bird dream daddy?
Yeah.
Who is it?
She needs to know. She needs to find out. And
Oh
I think you guys should download this game. It's still free, Yvonne,
Okay.
on PlayStation Plus. You guys should play it. It's really
We got
weird.
another part coming out soon, too.
For if you don't know, it's a pigeon dating simulator game that is very anime inspired.
Oh, yeah. That face, 100% accurate,
Yes,
Laura.
that is the
Nailed
face
it.
that you need to go in
Pigeon
with.
dating.
So I've chosen the title screen music from Hataful Boyfriend, so I hope you guys enjoy this song. Again, if you guys want to see the girlfriends back on the hungover honeys, maybe. I don't know.
Or
Is
maybe.
that what we're calling them? I don't know.
Okay.
Well, we'll get back to you on that one.
No, if you guys want to see them back on the podcast, tell us in the comment section below. Tweet at us. Get in contact with us. But until next time, catch you guys next week. Peace out.